ELL writing, and welcome to our week on cause and effect expository paragraphs. Few weeks back now, when we started our introduction to expository paragraphs, I did say that we were going to spend some more time breaking down what a cause and effect paragraph looks like to help us understand maybe a little bit better what can sometimes be a more complicated form of writing, because you are trying to illustrate through writing the relationship between two different topics. So the best way for us to do that is to look at an example. So cause and effect paragraphs, they explain why the action of one thing, or the cause, produces a result or the effect. So in this example, we're talking about the causes of the French Revolution. So while there are many contributing factors to the French Revolution, a primary cause was the financial crisis brought on by royal extravagance. For years before the revolution finally exploded in 1789, the royal government had been borrowing heavily to cover deficit spending. Cobb, 1988. Even though France's High Court of Appeal France's high courts of appeal cautioned against such borrowing, the royals' extravagance continued, eventually resulting in a financial crisis that required the government to institute a series of taxes. As the press highlighted the government's spending with cartoons and stories, the peasants, already burdened by high taxes, low wages, and poor harvests, began to resent the demands of the royals. Finally, in 1789, the Third Estate, the common people, became so enraged they demanded a new constitution and refused to compromise with the existing government until it was written. This demand set off the first sparks of the revolution. So what is this about? Well, this is talking about the causes of the French Revolution. We know that by the first sentence, where the writer introduces both the causes, the financial crisis, and the effect, the French Revolution, which is going to be discussed in this paper. So let us do, as we've done in other weeks, let's highlight those sections. So this first sentence here, like I said, is introducing what is going to be discussed. So this is essentially our topic sentence. We are introducing that this is going to highlight both causes and effects, financial crisis and the French Revolution. In this second sentence, we are talking about the first cause of which was the royal government spending and borrowing. So here through to there. So one of the causes of the French Revolution was royal government spending, or borrowing and overspending. In this next sentence, we are talking about the result. The result of that overspending was the financial crisis. In this fourth sentence, we are discussing, there we are. The writer is discussing an additional contributing cause and suggests that the effect of this was peasant resentment. Finally, the writer is suggesting here the overall effect of the revolution, the overall effect of was the spark of the revolution. So essentially, it's kind of a two-sentence conclusion here. So going back to outline this again. Topic sentence. While there were many contributing factors of the French Revolution, a primary cause was financial crisis. So the effect was the French Revolution. The cause was the financial crisis. Here we go. We talk about one of the first causes, the government's overspending. The effect was financial crisis. Again, another cause was high taxes, low wages, poor harvests, and the effect was that peasants began to resent the royals. And then in our conclusion, overall, the effects of royal extravagance, high taxes, low wages, poor harvests set off the French Revolution. So, a little bit of an outline for us to get started. Now, now what? If we were to write our own, how do we do that? So I'm going to show you a few tools that we can use. So this is a cause and effect brainstorming template, right? So the topic, what some causes and some effects for you to use to brainstorm. Now I've given you an example here about to maybe help you think about what this could look like for yourself. So the topic is college. If you go to college, you could get a stable career. The effect is that you would graduate possibly with debts or student loans. If you go to college, you could go to a prestigious school. An effect would be that you don't get accepted into college anywhere, right? If you only apply to prestigious schools, you might not get into any. A college topic: choose to study a popular major for job security. Heavy competition upon your graduation to actually find a job. So causes, effects. So if you find yourself listing a cause, but you're not really sure what the effect is, it's probably not probably not one of the ones that you want to be discussing, because you need to be able to argue both points when it comes to this kind of writing. So they are cause and effect paragraphs, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that we are always equally highlighting both. So I'm going to give you a series of 3 different outlines this week. This is a cause paragraph outline. They all follow the same format: the title of your paper, your introduction, which has your hook, your topic sentence or your thesis statement, and then your body. 2 causes which led to 1 effect, and then the conclusion, right? So here we would say government overspending, royal overspending, taxes caused the French Revolution. And so this could possibly be an example of an outline for the one that we just read. Or an effect paragraph outline follows the same structure at the beginning, same structure through, but now here we're listing 2 effects. So we could say something like the French Revolution and the development of a new constitution were caused by royal overspending. So we're flipping the way that we were talking about things in that other paragraph. Or maybe you want to do something that's more cause and effect. Oops, sorry. Sorry, this should say cause and effect paragraph outline, because we're looking at them equally here. 2 causes led to 2 different effects, or even 1 cause, 1 effect, 1 cause, 1 effect. This is really good when you're talking about a topic, something like, say, the impacts of smoking, where you're going to say, smoking causes fingernail discoloration. Well, that's the right. So smoking causes that. Then you could also say smoking is a financial burden, and that can cause you to spend money on your habit or something like that. So you're wanting to illustrate more than just 1 effect and more than just 1 cause for the same topic. To note here is also about choosing language that is specific to cause and effect writing. So, you've gone through the process of outlining a cause and effect relationship on your topic. You've dropped it into your outline, but now you actually need to get to the place where you're developing your sentences and writing it into a paragraph form. Choosing the right transitions or the right sentence starters can help people who are reading understand the relationship between your cause and effect, or vice versa, effect and cause. So these are some language formulas that can show those cause and effect relationships easier. They vary your sentence structure so it's a smoother read, and they give examples of evidence. They make the reader feel like you are being more convincing in your writing. So give them a try, or at least give them some thought or an acknowledgement as you're writing. So things that indicate cause, there are several factors for. The main factors are: the first cause is, or blank leads to or might lead to blank, right? So eating lots of sugary snacks might lead to developing diabetes later in life, or this often results in. So those are all indicators of illustrating cause. whereas effect, before blank, now blank, right? So let's think of an example with that one. Before drinking a Coke before bed without brushing your teeth, now think of the effects it will have on your teeth during the nighttime, right? So before doing one thing, now think about the other. Or one of the results or outcomes of a cause is, the primary effect of is, or effect often occurs as a consequence of, right? So emphysema often occurs as a consequence of smoking. And then linking language. So making your cause and effect paragraph more coherent using linking language or sentence connectors that make the relationships between cause and effect easier to follow. So these are conjunctive adverbs that smooth your transition from one idea to the next in your cause and effect writing. So these are transition signals that we are familiar with from writing, period, but these ones are specifically useful with cause and effect writing. Also, to, in addition, thus, therefore, consequently. You can always go back to a transitional sentences sheet, which we have done before in our class, and pick some other ones that are there, but these are the big ones. So this is a thank you to Athabasca University for their wonderfully outlined use of cause and effect language. ELL writing for listening to my little lecture on cause and effect paragraph writing. I hope that this brings some clarity to this writing skill for this week. On Tuesday or tomorrow, I will be posting up a bunch of examples. So here's one right now about childhood obesity. There will be a couple other examples of good writing using cause and effect for you to explore a little bit further and come to better understandings. Have a wonderful Monday, and we will all talk soon.